guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Soph. For today's video, I'm bringing you a cheeky little haul. Now, I know you're probably thinking, Sophie, didn't you do a haul like not that long ago? And yes, you would be right. But I have acquired some more books, mostly because I finished Seven Husbands by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and now I'm like obsessed, so I kind of went on a bit of a mad one buying loads of her books. So there's that one, and then the other one is I did my kind of not monthly, like every few months I go charity shop hopping looking for some books, and I did manage to pick up a few this time. So I have this bag here and this pile here. Now also most of these books I got from Asda on the 2 for £8 deal thing, which is a bargain. It's just as good as the works. So that is this pile here, and then I think the rest were Charity Shop and WH Smith. Let's just get on into them. So of course, first up we have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I am excited to read this one. I'm not gonna read the blurb because I kind of want to go in blindly, but from what I gather, it's basically just following a band, and music is like my favorite thing in the entire world other than books, so that excites me. And plus I really want to read it so that I can watch the series, because I've been putting it off so that I could read the book first. Then we have Medusa by Jessie Burton. This is a really tiny read. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I am obsessed with Greek myth. At least I talk about it a lot. You probably don't know that I'm obsessed because I haven't read hardly any of the Greek myth books that I've got. But I am obsessed with Greek myth. I have always been obsessed with Greek myth, and this one is supposed to be really good. The blurb says, if I told you that I'd killed a man with a glance, would you wait to hear the rest? The why, the how, and the what happened next. Yes, I would. Exiled to a far-flung island after being abused by powerful gods, Medusa has little company other than the snakes that adorn her head instead of hair. Haunted by the memories of a life before everything was stolen from her, she has no choice but to make peace with her present, Medusa the monster. But when the charmed and beautiful Perseus arrives on the island, her lonely existence is blown apart, unleashing desire, love, and betrayal. Monster, man-hater, murderess. Forget everything you've been told about Medusa in a new version of the story that history set in stone long ago. Very excited for that one. Then next up, another bargain. So this is actually by Colleen Hoover and Taryn Fisher, and it's Never Never. Again, I haven't looked too much into it, haven't read too much into it, but I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that it was a thriller-ish romance, and I loved Verity like with my entire existence. So I was kind of hoping to get that kind of vibe again from another Coho book. But it says on the back, Charlie Winwood and Silas Nash have been best friends since they could walk. They've been in love since the age of 14, but as of this morning, they are complete strangers. Their first kiss, their first fight. The moment they fell in love, every memory has vanished. Now, Charlie and Silas must work together to uncover the truth about what happened to them and why. But the more they learn about the couple they used to be, the more they questioned why they were ever together to begin with. Forgetting is terrifying, but remembering might be worse. Doesn't that sound so good? I am so excited to read this one. Then we have another Taylor Jenkins Reid book. This one is After I Do. And this one follows a couple who are married, but their marriage is kind of like spiraled downwards. So the girl decides to take a year out from the marriage, basically. It says here, living apart from Ryan, Lauren confronts her own ideas about monogamy and marriage. What does it mean to love? What are we willing to fight for? And is there a new road to happily ever after? Like, I just thought that sounded really interesting. Like, she gets married, it kind of starts going downhill, so she decides to live separately from her husband, and then I imagine she probably finds out a lot about herself through living alone and like what she really wants in life. Then I decided to give Lucy Score a go. Now, the thing that puts me off Lucy Score is how thick her romances are. To me, romances don't need to be this thick. They don't need to be big chunky books like a fantasy book is. Like, this is literally the same length as some of my fantasies, if not longer than some of them. So that was kind of putting me off, but I seen this cover and it was really cute. And then Did I even read the back? I don't know. Oh, yes, I did read the back. Basically, she flees from her wedding to her sister, but then her sister kind of abandons her with the niece that she never knew she had. And then this guy kind of ends up entering this like roller coaster of a life that this girl is going through, and ends up trying to like help her through it, even though they're complete strangers. And it just goes from there. And she's got like no plan, no job, not really. I don't even know if she's got a house. I don't even know. But I thought it sounded really good. And maybe if I like this one, I'll give some of the others a go. But I just don't see why romances have to be that chunky. Like, what is the need? Tell me. And then we have another Taylor Jenkins read book. This one is One True Loves. I haven't read the blurb to this, so I'm going to read it to you and experience it the same time as you. I think that perhaps everyone has a moment that splits their life in two, and I'm certain that this is my moment. High school sweethearts Emma and Jessie moved far away from home together, traveling the world, chasing every adventure, building a life of their own. 364 days after their wedding, Jessie is on a helicopter that goes missing mid-flight. Suddenly, he is gone. Years later, Emma is back in her hometown. She's grieved, she's learned to live again, she's fallen in love. At a family dinner one autumn evening, she receives a phone call from Jessie. With a fiancé and a husband, heartbreak lies ahead, but is there such thing as one true love? That sounds so good. And it's not crazy chunky either. Like, that is all you need. Oh my god, I am literally so excited to read all of these books. So the rest are from W.H. Smith and the charity shops, because in my town, we don't have a bookshop. So the first one we've got, this is actually technically Connor's, but I'm going to show it anyway, because I will definitely read it, is The Shining and Dr. Sleep by Stephen King. These are obviously his very well-known books. I don't really need to explain what it's about, but it follows a family that move into a hotel because the dad takes on a job as maintenance over the winter. But as he's there, he starts to like kind of go crazy, and the little boy can hear and see like ghosts and stuff, and they call it The Shining. And then Dr. Sleep is the follow-on from that story. Both are very good films. I imagine the books are so much better though. And these are the like rainbow editions. I want to get all of his books in the rainbow edition. Then we got another Taylor Jenkins read book from a charity shop for £1, a literal pound. And this one is Forever Interrupted. And it says here, one rainy New Year's Day, Elsie heads out to pick up a pizza. She isn't expecting to see anyone else, much less the handsome and charming Ben. Their chemistry is instant and electric. Within weeks, they are head over heels in love. But by May, they've eloped. 9 days later, he is hit by a truck and dies, oh my god, on impact. At the hospital, Elsie faces Susan, the mother-in-law she's never met and who doesn't even know Elsie exists. Interweaving Elsie and Ben's romance with Elsie and Susan's healing process, Forever Interrupted is the story of one life-changing year and a powerful reminder that there's more than one way to find a happy ending. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. But again, sounds amazing. I'm intrigued. One of the other books I got from a charity shop is Game of Retribution by Scarlett St. Clair, which is part of the Hades saga, but this is book 2, so I'm not going to read the blurb because I haven't read book 1, but I picked it up because this was £1, and I figured if I can get the second book for £1 and it's really good condition, then I don't really care about paying the little bit extra for the first one. So I'm not going to go into that, but this one is about Hades. Then the last one from the charity shop is The Witcher, Blood of Elves. This is actually the first book, because if you've watched one of my videos, I brought a Witcher book and it ended up being a novella that happens like halfway through the series, so I couldn't really read it. This is the first one. It has the number 1 at the top there, and that means that I can now finally start the series and read my novella. If you haven't seen the program, I will read the blurb for you. The Witcher holds the fate of the world in his hands. For over a century, humans, dwarves, gnomes, and elves have lived together in relative peace, but now the races are fighting once more, killing their own kind and each other. As the threat for war hangs over the land, Geralt of Rivia must protect the child of prophecy, Ciri, from those who are hunting her for the extraordinary power she holds, a power that could save the world or destroy it. This time, Geralt may have met his match. The show is really good, but I'm again sure that the books are so much better, and it's obviously fantasy, so I am very excited, and it's a 5-book series, so we'll see how we go. Then last but not least are 2 more Stephen King books, because I'm on a Stephen King hype at the moment. I have Misery here, which follows a writer, I believe. Is it a writer? Ah, yes. So this basically follows a writer who gets into a car crash and is saved by his #1 fan. But his #1 fan is like one of those loco #1 fans. And she doesn't like what he's doing with his writing, so she takes it into her own hands. And then the last one is Billy Summers by Stephen King, which again, I've heard very good things about. And this one follows a hitman, basically. It says here, Billy Summers is a killer for hire. He's among the best snipers in the world. A decorated Iraq war vet who can blend into any neighborhood and disappear after the shot is taken. But he'll only agree to a contract if the target is truly a bad guy. Now, Billy wants out, but first he's offered one final job, an offer which is just too big to refuse. As the days count down to the hit, Billy senses something is wrong. He doesn't yet know just how wrong or about the woman who will help him try to set things right. Part thriller, part war story, part lyrical portrait of small town America, Billy Summers is about a good man in a bad job with one last shot at redemption. Doesn't that sound so good? It sounds so good to me. That is it. Lots of Stephen King, lots of Taylor Jenkins reads, and some cheeky little charity shop buys. Let me know if you read any of these books and what you thought about them, because I'm excited to read all of them as always. And yeah, before you leave, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up. It really, really helps. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave so you don't miss the next video. Bye guys!